And you've mentioned the plane crash a few times. Do you want to kind of go a little in detail on that one?
Yeah, I would fly with anybody because I got my medical license and I'd gotten 20 hours of flight hours with my instructor. And so since I loved, and it was a passion of mine to fly, and all I wanted to do was someday solo up there with God. That was a dream. So I joined the Confederate Air Force, and I was up with the Kansas City Warbirds. And when I was up there with the Kansas City Warbirds, I met a man, and then his son was in from California, and he came down one day, and I was going on vacation from the bank, and my car was down at Cape Fear, and he says, well, I'll give you a ride down there if you want. And I said, sure. So we took off from downtown airport, and that ding-a-ling didn't even get us landed. We almost crashed into the Reed Spring High School. However, he did take us through the trees, and the last tree caught us. We got on fire. We were up 45 feet. I just remember fire. I hit my head so hard. And I remember him saying, we gotta go. And I said I would if I could, but my foot stuck. And I don't know how I got out. I don't remember jumping, but I remember it was, I guess, a near-death experience. I remember all white light and just so peaceful, and green leaves, just floating through green leaves. And then the next thing I remember, I mean, there's more to that, but it's on a spiritual level. But the next thing I remember is the number 88. And one of the football players was carrying me down through the ravine over to the parking lot. They had been out practicing and saw us go down. And then the next thing I know, Lifeline's there, the helicopter, and a lady saying, you're going to be all right. And I said, where's the pilot? Is he okay? Because I didn't know him hardly at all. And I don't remember saying any of this, but that's what they told me. And then I do remember somebody saying, oh my God, she's lost all her teeth. And then in the next moment, I heard somebody say, no, they're up there. They're up in her eye sockets, her orbitals. And I had just gotten moles taken off. Dr. Doc Doman was a good friend of mine, and he would always take my moles off that looked bad. And I looked like a little rag doll because I'd had the moles taken off, and then Grandma had a yellow rose tattoo that I got after the Marine Corps. No, right before the Marine Corps. That the kid's dad insisted that I get before I go to Disneyland. And so I said, go get me a bottle of tequila and I'll do it. And I did, and anyway, it had no more sentimental value, so I wanted it off. And Doc Doman had taken it off that morning, the first morning of my vacation. So I kind of looked like a rag doll when they picked me up, Lifeline. Anyway, come to find out, this John, he'd crashed 3 other times. And so he had 3 head injuries, and oh my God, all I know, the lesson I learned out of that, once I got over the fact of being so mad that he ruined my chances for ever solo flying, was that just because somebody has a piece of paper that says they can fly an airplane doesn't mean crap. It means you better, it's just like a driver's license. You can be a bad driver and still have a piece of paper. You can have a piece of paper and be not such a good pilot. And that's where he was.